All right, so here we are at the, I'm tempted to call this the mud hive because of the color of brown that we painted. We used the discounted paints where somebody didn't like what they'd ordered to get a discount on it. I don't like it either, but it was cheap. So this hive was a captured swarm, captured 2 weeks ago yesterday. And so today is October 9th. So that was September 24th. And we are feeding this hive to try to help them make it through the winter. I fed them on Tuesday, and they have absolutely dried it out. So this is the first time that I've taken a video of this colony. I've inspected them a time or two, less rigorously than usual. But this time I want to get video of these frames, both for the benefit of any of you who are watching, but also for my later comparison. Now, I do have some problems with some cross combing, and I had to correct some of this last time, and I'm having to correct some again. All right, this is a comb that they built from a little bit of a strip of foundation, and you can see this is where they've cross combed it a little bit. Normally I always try to keep the frames in the same orientation, but I'm thinking that instead of, maybe if I put this in the opposite orientation, it won't meet up so closely with the other frame, and they won't continue to repeat that cross combing. So I'm going to try turning that one. Let's call that one I just showed frame 4. And all right, we've got a little bit of cross combing here too. Just going to try to separate it enough to be able to pull the frames out. Now this one, at least most of it, the original part of it. Okay, we've got brood here, capped brood by now. That's good to see. And this part was comb that I gave them from an old cutout. So that brood looks good as far as I can tell. Behind it, it's a mystery because we've kind of got a double layer of comb going on here. And I'm not going to do too much to correct it in the fall, because I don't want to have to make extra work for them where I can avoid it. But they're clearly accessing both sides of this comb. It looks like they're mostly storing nectar on this side. There's a lot of bees in between those two sections of comb there. They're very docile. Last time, or last week on one of my visits, we did locate, capture, and mark the queen. So we might see her unless she's hiding in between those two frames. This frame has more nectar. It has some capped honey. It has quite a lot of brood, including some capped brood. Including some very young, some eggs. So that's looking good. On this side we've got quite a lot of, so this section of comb and this section of comb and this down here were given to them, and this they filled in all themselves. seeing anything to be concerned about there. All right, and the last frame. All right, here we've got more brood. We've got really a pretty good population of bees. Got some capped honey on the top. On this side, they're drawing cells out. I see nectar. I see pollen stores. That's good to see. I have not seen the queen. So she is apparently either on the sides of the box or in between those sections of comb that we saw. All right, and I don't see anything else really. There's a lot of debris on the floor from where they cleaned out these old combs. But I think I can just replace this and not worry about that for now. So hopefully I've got all of those in the video for comparison, and all that's left to do is to refill their feed and let them go for another few days until I have to come out and feed them again. Alright, now I'm going to smoke them a little bit to get them out from between Maybe I will. Looks like I have to go relight my smoker. Let me see if just the scent of the smoke, sometimes I've heard that just the scent of the smoke can, yeah, it's moving around. Might be getting trace amounts in the smoke after all. All right. There we go. Okay. And now the feed. I'm going to start feed pouring out here. nice to see they're getting the hang of the feeder. I don't see any dead bees this time. I'll help a couple of them out. There, they have what they need. Move the feeder right in close to the frames. For a 2-week-old swarm catch, I think they're doing all right. Remains to be seen if we can get them built up enough to get through the winter. But I feel like they're doing good so far. This lid is so tight. Probably need to bring a Dremel tool or something to shave it down a bit so it goes on and off easier. Had to pry it up with a Hive tool to get into it. Okay, that's tight. That's why I normally leave one Hive tool with each hive, but for this one I'm leaving it on the outside of the hive rather than on the inside. All right, that's all for this hive.